Hello. It is time for another Thrifty Thursday, and I remembered that I had bought last year sometime. I went to one of our local craft thrift stores that's like all about crafts. It's the best place ever. It's super cool. And I had gotten some paper because I've been going, I don't have any big pieces of paper that I can use, but I do, and we're gonna. So today, the purpose. Hi, I'm Amber. Sorry. If you're new, thank you. I hope you subscribe and continue to join us repeatedly. We have lots of fun here. Thrifty Thursday is where we only use thrifted supplies to make our project, with the exception of things like tools, inks, corner rounders, that kind of stuff. You know, our standard scissors, whatnot. Because, you know, our tools, we need our tools. Oh, I've got such a mess. I can't even tell you what a mess I've got. It's huge. But, all right, so I was inspired by Tina over at Shabby Dabby Doodah. She does these weekly mass makes, and she is on week 224, and she's doing these super cute multi-layered, like a little booklet, and that's what we're gonna make today. So let's jump. I've got some other papers for decorating that I got in a thrift pack, and these stamps that I've had literally for years, and I never use them because they're flowery and they're kind of not really my thing. But I figured maybe there's a couple in here that we might want to use. So I got these out. Oh, there's a really nice butterfly in there. Let's get that one out. Hopefully these, I didn't even know that. I thought it was all flowers. Let's get our butterfly out. And anything else? Well, we'll decide. Some cute things. Oh, look. Yep, a little violet. All right, we're gonna at least use those two. A lot of times when we do Thrifty Thursday, oops, I didn't want that out. That's okay. When I do Thrifty Thursday, I'm like, oh, I don't have any stamps. Well, yeah, I do. I've got block stamps that I've gotten over the years in various things. So here's some birds and just some nice looking kind of nature inspired. So I'm going to set these to the side, but we have stamps this time because I was paying attention. So what else do we got? We've got a corner rounders. We've got a circle punch. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's pick a piece of paper. Ooh, see, I didn't even know I had this. How pretty. Which one do we want to use? I'm going to use more than one. I'm thinking one of these two. Maybe this one. I think it will still, this will still work. Okay, so let's get these out of the way for the moment. I'm hoping to do some decorating on it and not leave it too plain. So I think that we'll be okay. All right, so your first step, since we're working big, maybe let me pull you out just a little bit. See if I can go the right way. Nope, I did not. There. And get you straight. Oh my gosh, drives me nuts when the lines aren't straight. Let's see. Better? Kinda? Okay. Yes, that looks a little better. Okay. I don't edit, so we pause sometimes when we need to, and the rest of the time we just wing it, man. I want to play. I don't want to edit. All right, so we're going to go in half. This is going to be a big one. Is that okay? Well, we could make it as big as we wanted, technically, right? We could do little ones. No, let's just do it. Let's just do it. All right, I'm going to use my paper trimmer, and I'm going to cut it in roughly thirds. Doesn't have to be exact because that doesn't matter. I am going to take this off though. Am I straight? Let's get straight. Okay. Let's take that little white strip off. I'll just throw this over here in the giant pile of junk I already have on my desk. All right. I'm going to use this line instead of the edge because I feel like maybe it doesn't get super straight if I try to do it on the edge. All right, and these fellas, these are going to be not exactly thirds because we don't want to cut our little bird's head off. That might be just about perfect because we'll save his tail. The other guy might lose his legs. That's okay. He's got wings. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. There. Oh, he only lost 1 foot. It's fine. He's fine. He's fine. Okay, so there are, the way she did it when she assembled was she did the top, oh my goodness, like the top one on the top, and then the next one, and then the next one. So let's see if we can do it that way without causing too much of an issue. Well, he's gonna lose his head, but I think if we do it the other way, we lose our pocket. Yes, we do. Okay, so we're gonna have to figure this one out. Perhaps this guy goes on top, and then this guy. Well, someone's gonna lose their head. Sadness. All right, what if we put this guy on the bottom? This shouldn't be this hard. I'm just being ridiculous. And this guy here. What if we folded him in? Or maybe we just left him like that and it's okay. Or we could lose the, I don't want to lose the pockets. What if we do like this? Little birdie. What if we do like this? And he's the top of another one. And we grab a different piece of paper that will look nice with it. That could work, right? We could, this darker one might be pretty. We could go lighter or darker. Let's go darker. Let's go a little darker. And we're gonna fold this in half. There, look, guys, save the birds. Save the birds. All right. And now we will cut another piece. Again, they're the same width, so it really doesn't matter. Just gonna pop him in right there, about a third. This would be, oh, come on, straight, my friend, straight. Okay, problem solved. See, we just adjust. just adjust. Now, no more sadness about our birds. All right. So then we're going to have our pockets like this, and we're going to assemble it. But before we do, let's do a little bit of distressing. Do we want to do, leave some of it, I don't know what I'm saying. Disregard, I was going to say something, but it was probably, didn't make any sense anyway. All right. Me and these silly brown, I'm trying to keep track of my browns. I could just buy more of these, but you know, guys, we're not made of money. All right. Let's ink these edges and maybe even scrap paper. I don't know how I've lost all my scrap paper. I'll just do it on the back of this. I'm gonna go a little wide with my distressing here. Inking. It's not really distressing, is it? Probably not the exact right word for it. Let's just go all around. Oops. Not crazy. Don't be so crazy. And I'm just using vintage photo here. I happen to have archival, but you could do this with any sort of ink, really. You could use a distress ink. You could use a distress oxide. I forget sometimes, well, most of the time, I forget that we've always got so many new folks coming in that I forget to kind of talk about like the process. So I'll try to do better about that. So we are just inking up the edges. What this helps do is it helps a couple of things. It creates contrast between the different layers so they stand out more. It also ages your paper a little bit, makes it look less brand new. Did I even do the right? Yeah, we'll just do them all. Some of these will be covered, but so you can do a couple different things. You can use, oops, you can put too much ink on it and then get lines like I did. That's all right. A couple different techniques that you can do. You can use your rounded ones to give a softer edge, like this. The little domes will give you more of a soft edge. You can also use them to do the harder edge, where you just go like this at just a little bit of an angle, and it really outlines that crease. And I like that. I think it pulls it together, and it makes it obvious that you didn't just slap down a piece of paper, right? You did something. You took your time and you did something to enhance your piece. And I like that. I like that the extra touch, I suppose you would call it. When I buy something handmade, it's the details, right, that make it really, really special. It makes it one of a kind. Not that you're going to likely, with anything handmade, find a whole bunch of the exact same thing, especially from different people. But I just really enjoy the creativity of adding the touches. And you don't have to use brown. I like brown because it feels vintagey and a little dirty sometimes, and I just think it gives a really nice aged look. But you can use any color you want. It doesn't have to be brown. And if you don't have expensive inks, that's okay too. You don't have to. All right, here's another one. The other thing you can use is a brush. Something like this guy. They sell these at craft stores, but I get mine typically at the dollar store because they're cheaper. You just pull that in and it gives you that nice blend. You can also use a flat disc. It's a newish one. You just, this gives you a little, it's a lot harder to blend with these, so, but if you only have these, that's okay. You could just go in just a little bit at an angle. Make sure that you don't put it straight down because you will get a circle. But yeah, these work too for that. And if you don't have any of these, and you've only got ink, the way I used to do it before I had learned about these blending tools when I was first starting in mixed media, you can also just use this. It's going to give you darker, but you can see you can get a nice bold effect using that as well. I prefer the softer for this. Sometimes I do like the darker, or the more intense, I guess is a better way to put it. I'm going to go back to my domed one because I like it. And these just go in and out. Things to know about inks. This is a Ranger Archival ink. And these are waterproof. They will not react with water. Distress inks and oxides do. They react with water. Oxides are, they've got a combination of dye and pigment. So they behave a little bit differently. They can, sometimes you get a really cool kind of color effect because it oxidizes. And the distress inks are just dye, I think. I wonder if it says. Yes, dye. Dye ink. So that's the difference in those. Sorry, this is, I didn't really think about the fact that it would be so many layers that we're having to ink, but that's okay, right? That's what a fast forward button's for, guys. If you don't want to listen to me, that's okay. I don't like listening to me either sometimes, but I can't get away. I can't get away. Cheers, coffee. Okay. Now let's build. Let's build our booklet. And we'll do the outside. Oh, we gotta do the outsides as well. Let me think. Which parts will be hard to do at the end? This. This will be harder to do. Where'd my, seriously? Oh my God, it's right here. If you're new, you'll also learn. I lose everything. Not just in my art room, in my whole life. Everything tries to run away and hide from me. Always, always, always. Okay, so there's that. And once we load it up, this is going to be in the middle. So this will be difficult. Excuse me. Okay, and this guy on the bottom. Oh, no, that was the bottom one. Well, hey, what do you do? All right. I don't know why I got a tickle in my throat this morning. I hurt my hand. Guys, I hurt my hand. We were, so we've got Huskies. and I was out blowing their coat out with the pet dryer. We finally got a pet dryer. Our entire house is full of hair all the time. All the time. It never goes away. So, bought a pet dryer. And when I was giving Miss Aria her little groom, I was doing her belly and she stepped on my hand and smashed it on the cement. So that's my little injury. But I'm okay. Another sip of coffee. Okay, now we're gonna assemble. We got our bird. We want him at the top because he's gorgeous. Then we're gonna go with this guy. And then with this guy. Like that. So you'll see it's gonna be a super cute little layout here. Now, these are gonna flap freely. And these are going to be glued down. I'm thinking we might want to have a little notch in each one of these because those are cute. So let's go, this is the big one. Yeah, why not? Just decide. I'm actually going to do them together so they're in the same place, or like this, so they're in the same place. And it's on this, oh, for the love of God, on this side. All right, we're gonna eyeball the center ish. What's happening, buddy? What's happening? Come on. Seriously? Oh, okay. Well, we're not starting over because that took us a while. I don't know if something was in there or what oh, something was stuck in there probably. Yep. We got a little bit of a wrinkle, but that's okay. We're okay. We'll be fine. Okay, now let's reassess our placement. Yes, 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 yes. And we're gonna go here. And we're gonna go here. So the first thing we need to do, we'll trim that or something. First thing we need to do is make our first pocket. Do a quick double check that you are straight. I'm going to use the art glitter glue. You don't have to if you don't have this, that's okay. I left it open, you guys. I forgot to plug it. But it looks like my effort to get it undone is fine. So we're going to glue that down. Just smooth it out. School glue, Eileen's tacky glue, glue stick, any of that would work for you here. This is a lot of crafters' go-to because it dries really fast. And it dries totally clear. You guys, I didn't ink that. It dries totally clear and fast, and it holds, and you can glue just about anything. We're gonna ink our thing here. We needed to trim it up anyway, right? So let's get this little guy off of there, if I can. Not perfect, but better. At least can see it now. fix this up a little bit and see if we can hide some of that. Let's get more ink. And the nice thing about this vintage stuff, if it tears a little bit, okay, that's giving it some character. All right. So now, what do we have? Where are we? We've got this super cute little booklet. Let's give this a really good, really good smash with our bone folder. If you don't have a bone folder, you can always use your scissors. All right, so the other thing I'm gonna look at is how are our edges. This clearly is not fabulous. So let's see if we can straighten that out a little bit. What we could do, well here, let's just do it without this. Let's hold that down tight. Well, but I don't know which one's crooked. Redo. We're gonna use this side. We're gonna straighten that out. We're gonna try to not cut the bird's head off. And now they're better. Better, not perfect. So what? Don't care. All right, so look how cute this little booklet. Could go in a journal if your journal's big enough. If you want to trim it down, well, with this it would be hard to because of the bird, but you could trim it down if you wanted to. Do that before you put your pockets on, obviously. Okay, while we've done really nothing but ink, guys, so I apologize for that. But it's gonna make a difference. And we wanna do that before we start stamping or adding other decorations. It's just easier to do it now. We already did the outside of that one, I believe. And we can then always go in like this if we need to. We did the bottom. And if you want more contrast, use a darker color. Totally fine to do that. Doesn't hurt a thing. In fact, sometimes it makes it super interesting. We're going to do some decorating because we want this to be fun. All right. Now, what do we want to do to the front? Do we want to do the front or the back first? I don't think the front needs a whole lot. We're going to put something on for a closure, and the closure needs to be up high as Tina mentioned, so that it holds, because the top will hold the other ones done. Now she also reinforced the spine with staples. I only have a tiny stapler, so I'm not going to do that. And I don't have any thrifted washi tape, so we're not doing that either. You could put a piece of paper and, you know, make a little enhanced spine. We could do that on the outside if we so chose. What about this? Is that probably... I like it like that though, guys. It's not gonna fall apart. We're fine. All right, so I think we need little tabs. I think that would be super cute. So let's make some tabs. I don't have a whale tail punch, but what I do have are different sized little punches. They're different sized circle punches. So I'm going to show you, hopefully this works better than the other one. I'm going to show you how I do that. Now we need some paper to make our tabs, something kind of thick. So let's see, can I find any? in here. Let me just pull these up. Oh, I wonder if we can manage with some of this textured stuff. Let's give it a try. So I've got these papers that I got at the same really cool thrift store. And it's a set of papers made, it's like specialty papers made in different countries. I don't even know if I still have the front of it. There was more than one. Oh, here, this one still has the front on it. So it's this, Creative International Papers from different places. So they're just gorgeous. They're super cool. So let's find something. These are all pretty thin. I just decided it was kind of silly for me to be all bent over trying to do, maybe, trying to look through them when I could just bring them up here and we could look through them together. That's pretty. Do we think that might work? We'll try. The ones that have actual leaves in it, they tend to come loose if you don't like re-glue them, which is totally fine. Oh, it's totally fine, but might be a little bit difficult because we're going to be folding. This might get kind of weak on one side. So these are natural pulp papers, but they don't have, it looks like it's got a leaf shape, but not an actual leaf. Let's see what we can do with these. Let's give it a shot. Excuse me. Worst that we can do is it doesn't work, and then it doesn't work and we try something different. Pull these off. All right. I think I want to try to do 2. Can we get 2 out of here? Oh, it's questionable. Where are we? Yeah, we can. We just have to make sure that we're paying attention to what we're doing. Oh my gosh. Come on. Some days are a struggle. All right. Oh, don't get stuck. Okay. Oh, I think it is going to work just fine. Awesome. That makes me really happy because these are going to be cool. Oh, we got a weak spot. It looks like, or a semi-dull spot. That's all right. It'll come out anyway. Come on. All right, so let's do 2 green. And where do we want? Should we get mostly white with a little bit of the maroon? Doesn't matter, just do it. Come out without ripping, please. Okay, we might have a little bit of a rough edge that we need to clean up, but it's all right. We'll work with it. We'll make it work. All right, so there's that part. If I can get this out of my way. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold these in half. Oh, there's the dog. We're gonna fold these in half. Just a minute, doggy. She will keep barking because she's a stinker. So I might have to pause here for a minute and see what she wants. She probably just wants to tell on Kelvin. That's what she does. She'll come bark at my office door and then just want me to follow her into the living room, and then she looks at Kelvin like, do you see what he's doing? Okay. Yeah, those will be nice. Okay, so there, we've got our circles. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a quarter of a circle off each side. I've got it kind of marked with a Sharpie in there, but you can just eyeball it. Doesn't matter. So I'm just going to go like this, kind of line that up and clip it. Line that up again and clip it. And then there you have it, a small whale tail punch. Whale tail tab, that's what I mean. I know you can get the nice why can't I speak today, you guys? The actual punch in that shape, but they take up a lot. They're big. I don't have space for all of that. Don't have space for all of that. Okay, now we've got our tabs. Fun? Fun. We'll go like this. We will alternate them. And that's going to be our front decoration. Let's see if this ink color will show up. If it doesn't show up well, we can go with another color. Oh, it does. It does. I don't know why I questioned it. This color is Vintage Photo. I'm not sure if I said that or not. It is fabulous. If you are out looking, you want to start with one ink, and this is the type of journaling you do, or crafting, or paper creating, go with Vintage. You're going to get a lot of use out of it. It's good stuff. That's your color if you're only going to go one. I got this. It comes in a little, you can get this little 4-pack. I don't even know if you can still get it, but it's the Tim Holtz Distress color line through Ranger, but it's not, but it's permanent. It's not water reactive. And it came with these two browns. It comes with Ground Espresso, which is a darker brown, Vintage Photo, and black, and I think Hickory Smoke, so a gray. This is a fun little project. I'm enjoying myself, guys. I hope you're having a good time. Get these ink. A lot of inking. I probably could pause so it doesn't take so long, so you don't have to watch so much. But nice thing about YouTube, fast forward, or you can even speed it up. Put it on double or triple time, and then you'll zip right through, but still see all of the action. Okay. Now, we need to decide where we're going to put these. And I want them to look, well, do I want them to look relatively lined up? Let's see what happens if we do. So we're just over 8 inches. So I'm just going to look at each one individually. Let's start with this one. If we go in the middle, how do we appear when it's closed? So there's that. Doesn't matter which color we're looking at. So let's move this guy. So his middle is right about there. And his middle is there, 2 1/4, right about there. So they're not going to be exactly lined up, but that's okay. I think that's okay. Let's just do it. Let's just put them on and do it. So I'm going to go with Art Glitter. I'm going to do this bottom side first, taking care to get my edges good. And we're going to decide exactly where we want it. About right about there. Go ahead and push that down, and I'm going to open it up just in case we got some seepage. We do not want to glue our pages together. That would be unfortunate. And you'll be able to see this on both sides, so you can do either or. You know, we could go pink on the inside or green. We're just going to go. We're going to not overthink it. Get it in the middle there so we can get it. What do I got here? Oh, it does not have to be perfect. Oh, what am I doing? I almost got rid of my whole tab. Okay, well that was going to be really silliness. Oh no, let's get it, hurry up and get it straight before it dries, and then we might have to cover that with something, or it's just extra texture, one or the other. All right, let's do this quick so it doesn't glue down. Okay. We'll put something interesting there, perhaps. See, we all make mistakes. Oops. That's okay. We won't do it on this one. We'll be more careful. I'm kind of lining it up with where our little circles start. So the edge of the paper is kind of at the point, kind of, pretty close to the point. All right, so now let's go back in and glue these down. Again, making certain we got the edges good. If you get a little oozy glue, pick it up with your fingers. You can pick it up with a wet baby wipe. I just wipe it because I don't mind getting dirty fingers. But not everybody, some people really dislike dirty fingers, so that's okay. You don't have to make yourself all dirty. You can use a wipe. A baby wipe works really good. Not a super squishy wet one. I mean, if it has a little bit of damp water, I'm fine, but you can just go through. Do a quick swipe with a paper towel, if that's your preference. Easy, easy. All right. This might be our biggest, like, kind of full project with the Thrifty Thursday. Usually we do some little things, but I saw this on her channel actually this morning, and I'm like, ooh, I want to do that. It looks really fun. Okay, let's plug this guy up so that we don't do what we did yesterday. All right, so now, you know, and you could put dangles on here. We can put little stamps, we can put eyelets, we can decorate those up if we want. I do feel like we need something down here in this corner. So what do we want? Do we want a little collage down there maybe? Would there be something cute that we would want to put there? We could do something on each. On the other two, that might look kind of fun. Give us a little more interest. Do we want it over there, or do we want it more? I kind of like it there. So we could do that, and maybe, then what about a stamp? Do we want it to go over, or? I don't know, one thing at a time. Look at this cute little bird. I hope it stamps well. We could put it down here. All right, one thing at a time. This. Let's ink this guy up. And then we're going to glue it down. This is thin paper, so I am going to use a glue stick instead. The art glitter glue is very liquid. It's not as wet as like, I think it's a little thicker than school glue, but not a whole lot. That wasn't it. This is it. I like the purple glue stick. I can see where it goes. There's some like art specific ones you can get as well. Prit Stick, and there's another brand, but I don't use it, so I'm not familiar. There's one. I think I had this sitting on there upside down. We'll fix that. Do any number of things to decorate. Ribbon, lace, stickers. I've been using a lot of stickers lately. They're pretty fun, but there aren't any that I got thrifting, so I'm not using those. Well, there are some, but not the ones that I typically use. I do have some. I could look and see. I could almost put that on upside down again. We could look and see. Kind of covering up that flower, but that's okay. So there we are, closed. How about, we said we were going to give this bird a try, but I kind of like this. Should we try it? Is that too big? That might be too big. If you're new, you'll also learn very quickly that I'm pretty indecisive. Sometimes it takes me a while. I'm going to go with the darker here. I'm just going to pat it right on. Make sure I got plenty of ink. I probably didn't need that much, but how do I want it here? Here. Here it is. That's where it's going, because that's where we set it. It's cute. It blends in a little bit. Not super, but I guess that's okay, right? It doesn't have to be super obvious. How about we go a little darker with some flowers now? Do we want these or these? Use these. We haven't used these in a while. And I'm going to go Distress. Scorched Timber is a very dark brown. And I'm going to put this down here at the bottom. We're going to see what it looks like. Well, that didn't work out so great either. Guess what? We're doing vintage. It doesn't matter. We're just going to keep on going. I didn't get enough ink on it. Or maybe I didn't press it hard enough. Stamp with purpose. Better. I just didn't press hard enough on there. Probably missed a bit because of this edge there. Dry. I got a little bit of extra ink on that one. Don't know, do we want one here? Oh, well, we're gonna, because look at what I did. Man. All right, what are we gonna put there? This. That would work. Shall we put him there? Let's do it. We got to cover it up now. Let's see, anything else that we would do? We could do a postcard. That's just the hardest to say. Well, that doesn't sound like good news, does it? Sheesh. We don't want bad news. I don't see anything negative on this guy. We could even do two. Shall we do two staggered? Oh, but then we cover his little tail. Let's just do one. And we'll go back to our vintage. Where are you? The nice thing about this glue stick too is it dries pretty quick. So when you have a little glue page like this, it will dry and you can just reuse it again and again and again. Let's be relatively straight with this so it doesn't bother me. All right, see, I think that's all right. That works. Okay, and then we've got journal space, journal space, journal space, and pockets. So we could do any number of things. That bled through a little bit, so maybe we wanna put a little stamp there, but not to kind of to blend, but we don't want it to go all the way through on the other side. So let's try the bird again, but up here this time. Let's just put him right there. Since it's essentially white, you can see him just fine. And how about a little flower up in this corner? I hope these are, let's test it. Let's see what these are like, because I haven't used them. So we got scratch paper for a reason. Oh yeah, he's cute. He's very detailed. All right, little flower, your turn. Lovely. And what about this guy? Is there something we want to put on this guy? How about the butterfly? Let's do another test. Just because one is good doesn't mean they all are. Yep. Looks good to me. I think I might have missed a spot, or I didn't push down hard enough. These rubber stamps can take a lot of pressure. Sometimes when you have the silicone ones, they're not super hard, so you can't, they're not as hard as this rubber. So if you press too hard, they're gonna squash. All right, now what do we wanna do on this side? Something bigger. A bigger stamp. Do we want this? Let's do this. Why not? I'm also notoriously bad at cleaning stamps, meaning I don't typically clean stamps. Yes, I like that. And now maybe, what do we want up top? Do we want some more flowers? Do more flowers. Maybe flowers right here. I didn't even see if they'd fit. I hope they do. Oh, perfectly. Love it. Happy, happy, happy. do we want? So let's do this. Another thing that you can do, where's my lid? Probably right in front of me. But where did I put it? Did I set something on it? I know I'll find it. I did not get out of my chair, so it's got to be here. This is what I was talking about. I lose everything. There it is. I set a stamp on top of it. Let's, oh yeah, what we were going to do with this. I'm going to get a lighter color. I'm going to get this antique linen. It is very light. We may or may not be able to even see it. We're going to have to check, but I'm going to try. And we're going to overlap this on multiple layers of our pockets. These little tiny ones you can get in a set. I don't know if they come 3 or 4. I think 4. So yeah, you got to stamp a little bit differently, right? But turn it this way. But then you can have more colors. We're just gonna go, I'm trying to be kind of straight. We're gonna go like this, and it's gonna give us a little bit of a background look because it's a lighter color. There. Not even sure if you're gonna be able to see it. Maybe? See that? So it gives us just a little bit more of something. And let's see. I thought we had one other. No, I don't think we did. One other small stamp. How about these birds? Would they look okay? Well, yes, they're fine. We're going to do it. I'm going to give one more up here. Maybe on a small piece of paper for a little bit of extra interest. We don't want that weird one. Yeah, I like how that pulls the green in. So let's ink this guy up. What I like about Thrifty Thursday is you don't have to have a lot of money to do this stuff. Personally, I can't go out and buy every, new Tim Holtz stamp set as much as I would love to because they are amazing. I can't. So, but you don't have to. It's okay if you don't. This is we're using glue stick, and you could use any kind of ink that you want, and thrifted stuff. Can I get that down in there before it gets too sticky? Oh, come on. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. There. We don't want it shooting off the top. I mean, you could if you wanted to. I just don't. Actually, I think I'm going to use the butterfly again. Those birds just feel a little bit not quite what we're doing. And I think I'm going to go a little darker with this one. Just make sure I got him good and covered. And I'm going to go, where am I going to go? Right here. Oh, right here. Yeah. You can throw any number of things in the pockets. You could do this as a cute little stand-alone card. You could toss her in a journal. Let's see. It's probably too big for the pink journal, but let's just see how that would look if we chose to put it in here. It's really not too big. You could totally get it, well, not with this kind of closure, but you could get away with having it stick out a little bit. Or you could just make it a little bit smaller for the journal that you're making. So there's what you can do with it. The only thing that we have left, we could add, I don't know that I want to put, it's not super thick paper, so I don't necessarily want to put eyelets and hang anything on it because I'm afraid we would rip it. So let's close up our glue and let's grab something. You know what? I like this. This is a piece of embroidered lace. I know it's got ducks on it, so it's probably for a kid, but I like the tattered look. So I think I'm just gonna use it. So maybe we could go this way, or we could go this way. Maybe we want to go this way. And then we can make a cute bow. Cut it. And then I think what I want to do, it needs just a little something for the top. Let me see. What about, I was looking for something a little, oh, I know. Where are you? Here you are. Oh, those might be too heavy. I wanted to put one of these. Let's see, maybe it won't be too heavy because it just feels extra heavy. No, it's not too heavy. There. Be true to your birdness, right? All right, so there you have it. Today's Thrifty Thursday project. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Appreciate you, and we'll see you all very, very soon. Bye.